Are you serious? I got the rare before. So Meso Prime was released like a month ago, and if you're like me, you still haven't been bothered to get a nice Prime yet. But it's alright, because just like most things in this game, it can easily be done solo. But Axel, why don't you do it with some friends or use the recruitment chat? And to that, I show you this. Yeah, so that's out of the picture. And for the recruitment chat, unless you're looking for the newest relics or the vaulted relics on rotation, it takes over half an hour to find a group of 4, and that's if you find someone. In that amount of time, you could have opened at least 10 relics and probably got the item you were looking for. This video will be split into 3 parts. Firstly, an overview of where to farm each type of relic and which relic to farm first, as well as which void fissure mission to run. Secondly, optimal builds for each mission so that you can complete them faster. Lastly, comparing the expected time with what it actually took me to farm a nice Prime. Timestamps are in the description. For farming relics, I farmed Lith, then Meso, then Neo, then Axi, but I would recommend farming the relic depending on how many void traces you have. If you're at or close to max, then farm the relic where you need the rare item, in this case the Meso I1, and if you have no void traces, then farm the Lith M6, which has the common item. The best Lith relic farm by far is Efficient in the Void. It's a capture mission which can easily be done in under 50 seconds. Any frame can be used to complete the mission, but I would recommend speed frames like Vault to complete it the fastest. Then take a weapon that does a lot of damage quickly, like a sniper, shotgun, or a melee to take down the capture target in less than a second. When farming Meso and Neo relics, go back to the Void and complete Uko. It is another capture mission, so the same recommendations for Efficient apply. When I was farming the Meso relics, the Prophet Taker Phase 3 bounty also had it as a reward, but I would stay away from these as the extra time spent farming the Radiant relic is more than if you were to farm the relic on Uko then farm 100 void traces. More than 20 minutes in my case, but the relic I got from the bounty did give me the rare part. When farming Axi relic solo, there are 2 missions I recommend. For newer players, I would recommend Zini on Eris. It's an interception mission that drop guaranteed Axi relics on rotation B and C. Just a reminder, rotations go A, B, then C. Nyx is one of the best frames to use here as she can CC the whole map using Chaos, her third ability, and you don't have to kill a thing. You just have to remember to recast Chaos when the duration ends and when new enemies spawn. Other good options are Avara and Banshee. For the more experienced player, I would recommend going to Apollo on Lure. It is a disruption mission in which every rotation can get a guaranteed Axi relic if you only protect enough conduits to reach tier B, which is all 4 conduits on round 1, 3 or 4 on round 2, 2 or 3 on round 3, and 1 or 2 on round 4 and onwards. When opening relics or farming void traces solo, you want to prioritize capture, exterminate, and rescue missions. In my runs, capture had the quickest time of 91 seconds, then to my surprise, rescue had the second fastest time of 108 seconds, then exterminate, which had a time of 123 seconds. Sabotage would be another mission to look for, but no sabotage void fissures popped up when I was farming, so I cannot confirm how good it would be. Build time. If you want to just use one frame, then I would recommend using Vault, as I did all this using only Vault, apart from a few capture missions using Wukong and the Phase 3 bounty with Loki. For my speed build, which was used for the Lith, Meso, and Neo relic farm, as well as the void fissures, I had the following mods equipped: Steel Charge for extra melee damage, Speed Drift and Rush for extra sprint speed, Vitality for more health, Narrow Minded and Prime Continuity for more ability duration so that speed lasts longer, Umbral Intensify, Augur Secrets, Blind Rage and Transient Fortitude to increase the speed multiplier when speed is active. Whose great idea was to name an ability speed? As for arcanes, Arcane Fury would be the only mandatory arcane, as I paired this with the Guandao to mow through enemies. But you can use any polearm and get similar results. Just a heads up, if your vault does get corrupted during the Void Fissure mission, you will likely go very fast, like nearly as fast as Gorse. The build that I use for Axi relic farming is also the same build I use for solo Eidolon hunting, which consists of Steel Charge for extra melee damage, Power Drift, Transient Fortitude, and Umbral Intensify to increase my strength, so then Shock Trooper does more damage. Shock Trooper can be cast when holding down ability 1, which will grant additional electricity damage to all attacks. Adaption and Umbral Vitality for extra tankiness, Fleeting Expertise, and Hunter Adrenaline to assist with energy. I then paired this with a Redeemer Prime with a heavy attack build to deal with the Demolishers, and a Tiburon Prime to deal with the adds. For other frames that you could use, Wukong, Nova, and Neza are good speed frames for the relic capture missions. Mirage and Neza are good substitutes for the Void Fissures. Mirage is also good on Apollo. For other weapons, snipers like the Vectis and Rubico Prime are good for one-shotting the capture target and dealing damage to the Demolishers. Shotguns like the Heck and Tigris can do what snipers do, but at a shorter range. For Void Fissures, any melee would work, but if I had to recommend some, then probably the Legion, Orthos Prime, or Azor with Exodia Contagion. So how did I go? After doing some calculations, the expected time was 8 hours, 45 minutes, and 26 seconds. With that being the case, it means that I got extremely lucky, as it only took me 4 hours, 15 minutes, and 35 seconds. But do keep in mind that I did not farm the Neo Relics as I already had them, and the time calculated was only the mission time. The time does not include loading times, as it will vary. I only had to use 2 Lith and Neo Relics before I got the Naros parts, and 1 Meso Relic to get the rare Inaros Prime Neuroptics. When expected, I would have used 4 Lith, 5 Neo, and 10 Meso Relics, and so far that's only taken roughly 1 hour and 10 minutes to do compared to the expected 4 hours and 25 minutes. I then spent 2 hours and 15 minutes in total to farm 37 Axi relics, which included 7 Axi W1 relics. It took me just over half an hour to open all the W1s because I had to do interception and disruption missions, as well as 2 exterminate and a capture mission. On top of that, I spent an additional 17 minutes farming void traces as I was radiating all the Axi W1 relics. I also got the rare Wukong Prime BP before I got the Naros Prime Blueprint. Anyway, that is all for this video. I have included a Google Sheet document linked in the description below with all the times and rewards for each mission, as well as my calculations if you're interested. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below or jump into my stream and ask me while I'm live. Link to that is also below. Thanks for watching.